Looking for some aftermarket fuel rails for your WRX or STI? These are the Torque Solution Top Feed Fuel Rails. What's up guys, Rick with RallySport Direct here bringing you another episode of What's in the Box. Today we've got the Torque Solutions Fuel Rail Kit specific for the top feed injectors of a Subaru. So let's just go ahead and open up the box here. Now of course these come a lot better packaged than what you see here in front of me, but I went ahead and opened them up ahead of the video just to save on time. But it does come with the actual fuel rails and then the hardware to mount the fuel rails. So let's go ahead and cover first, what do these fit? Well, these will fit any top feed Subaru, basically. So your 07 Plus STI and your 02 through 14 WRX, as well as some Legacies, Foresters, that kind of stuff. But basically, if you've got a top feed injector, these are going to work for you. So what makes these cool? Well, first of all, they're massive internal diameter. I don't know if the top camera can pick that up, but they provide just a massive amount of fuel on reserve for your big power builds. Now they are 100% CNC'd aluminum. I believe the inside diameter is like 5/8 inch, and then these also have a -8 O-ring boss fittings, so which are not included, but that gives you options for basically how you want to set up your fuel rail system, whether you want to keep it in series like the factory one, which means the fuel pump feeds one side, and then, you know, obviously you've got two different banks here. So the fuel pump feeds one side and then it runs to the other and then goes back to the tank. Or you can set it up for parallel, where basically splits, goes here, returns back to a Y fitting, and then back to the tank. However you want to set that up, that's up to you. But these are just the actual fuel rails themselves. Everything's going to bolt up just like stock, minus the actual fittings, because you have to go with a -8 O-ring boss fitting. So you have to have aftermarket fuel lines, but other than that, these will bolt down onto the TGVs just like factory fuel rails would, and the actual injectors installing into the rail itself will fit just like OE. So that's pretty cool. Then of course you've got all the hardware you're going to need to mount the actual rails. Just very simple. These look like, you know, 8mm Allen screws, Allen bolts, whatever you want to call them, with some washers in there as well. Pretty simple. But what's cool is these do come with a bunch of different colors, you know, blue, red, black, that sort of thing. So if you want to spruce up the engine bay, or you're trying to go with a color theme, you can do that with these fuel rails. But other than that, just really high quality fuel rails. I like the Torque Solution engraved on the top there on both of these. Now, because they are large fuel rails, especially on the newer STIs and newer WRXs, with all your AVCS and emissions controls and all that kind of stuff, it is going to be a tight fit, but I promise you they will fit. I've installed rails just like these in many cars. It's always it takes a little bit of patience, but overall it's not too bad. But if you're just installing the rails and you've got some space to work with, or maybe you've got the manifold outside of the car, realistically these should probably take you all of about 20 minutes to install, and then running the lines however you want to run them. So it's a pretty easy installation. Now, these type of modifications aren't required in any way, shape, or form. In fact, I'd say most people buy these just because they like the way they look. And honestly, that's fine. Very few people actually need larger diameter fuel rails. The factory rails are actually fairly efficient. But if you're wanting, you know, this is an easy way to kind of top off your build. When you pop your hood, you see, you know, those beautiful fuel lines running where they need to go, and tapped into, you know, some awesome fuel rails. It just looks proper, and so that's probably why most people go with it. And honestly, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So again, these are the Torque Solution Top Feed Fuel Rails. Check them out. That's all the time we've got for you today. Thanks for checking out What's in the Box. See you guys next time.